What's up? It's Cal. My pronouns are they, he, and I just wanted to check in. I'm finally home here from the trail for the time being. I just got back from the Oregon Coast Trail. Before that, did a section of the Pacific Northwest Trail, and before that, I finished the Pacific Crest Trail, and therefore my Triple Crown. So I am unpacking everything and getting settled in from coming home from all my adventures this year, and I figured I would just unpack my pack with you and show you what I have in it. All right, so obviously this is a Deuter pack. This is the Deuter Aircontact Ultra. It's a 45-liter pack with 5 liters of external space. This is not the pack I used on the PCT. I got a new one for the PNT and Oregon Coast Trail, and honestly, I love this pack. It's different than the one that I used on the PCT, which was also an Aircontact, just a different size and model. But yeah, this is the Aircontact Ultra, and it's a lot lighter weight. The shoulder straps have a little less cushion, but they're just as comfortable as the other one. I like it because the brain is smaller, and I find that I like more of the volume in the main compartment of the pack itself. The mesh in the front of this is also way bigger, way stretchier, which is great if you're kind of a, not a late riser, but a lazy morning person like me, where you just want to shove everything into the mesh in the morning and, you know, break down camp. All right, let's get into it. I am a foam pad advocate. This is just a Thermarest Z-Lite. It's awesome, it's comfortable, it's plush, and I highly recommend using a foam pad if you're gonna backpack with dogs. If you have an inflatable pad, it's not gonna make it a single day with those paws. For trekking poles, I use the Black Diamond Trail Sport. I kind of got these in a pinch on the PCT when I lost my other poles. So let's check out what's in the brain. Bug net, okay. Bug spray. Headlamp, easily accessible. Pack cover for the rain. And that's all that's in the brain. Let's see what's in the mesh. So I got this teeny tiny water bottle. You might be asking, why would you carry one this small? This I use specifically for like a sports mix, you know? So I can have 2 water bottles full of water and then 1 small, pretty concentrated bottle of like Gatorade powder mixed in, or Mio with vitamins and such. So there's that. Toilet paper and trowel, gotta have it. I usually keep my battery packs in a plastic bag to protect them from the rain, and I have the cords and everything, but I carry 2 battery packs minimum, depending on how long the stretches are. On the CDT, I carried either 3 small ones or 2 of the big ones. Hand sanitizer, and the mesh is empty. All right, on this pack, the mesh on the sides for water bottles was super helpful, and these straps were really great, these straps were really great for, you know, holding more bulky things like the sleeping pad on the outside of the pack. So I think that's everything that's on the outside, other than water bottle. In the hip belt has pockets on this. They're Velcro. You know, I'll usually keep like headphones, like a Cliff Bar, the usual. So let's open this up, see what's inside. All right, first we have the tent with the tent bag that I need to catch. This is the Gossamer Gear 2-person tent. It is super lightweight. I mean, extremely lightweight, extremely durable, except for the roof there. Really easy to set up. It's a trekking pole tent. It's pretty waterproof. There's no fly or anything. And I have to have at least a 2-person tent to accommodate the dogs sleeping inside the tent. And honestly, I love this tent. It was really great on trail, so I recommend it. Clothing bag. All right, it's pretty full. Of course, clothing is gonna, the clothing that you bring on a trip is gonna be contingent on the environmental conditions, the weather, what sort of trip you're going on, what your comfort level is. So these are the Outdoor Research really thin gloves that I take with me on pretty much every trip, because even in some areas in the summer, the mornings can be really cold and my distal extremities tend to get pretty cold. These are Cool brand hiking pants. I love these pants. Honestly, I don't really know if it's more because of the material or just because they fit me really well. I have a really hard time finding clothes that fit. So those, I love those Cool brand hiking pants. Patagonia baggies for warmer weather. Love Patagonia baggies. You really only need one pair and they last a lifetime. Just top quality products from Patagonia. Socks, stinky socks. All right, I usually carry like 3 pairs of socks on a trip. 2 pairs in case one gets wet, and then 1 ankle height, or like right above the ankle, for if I need to like double sock or something because of blisters. Bandanas, both for a pee rag and also a snot rag. You at least need 2. Maybe you need a 3rd sweat rag. I don't know how much you want to compartmentalize your bodily fluids. Underwear from REI long sleeve hiking shirt, which I think this is so funny. I started wearing this shirt at the beginning of my hiking this year, and the color that it started isn't even visible anymore. It was kind of like a darker purple periwinkle, and now you can see, oh, look at that sun damage on the back and the sweat. It's just, it's just gross. It's none of the colors that it started out as. Rain pants from REI, always gotta be prepared just in case it rains. A down jacket, if it's colder, you might need a down jacket. What else? Pee rag, sports bra, other bandana, my little fashion bandana for my neck, and a rain jacket. I think that's it, except maybe a hat. I always wear a hat, so it's usually on my head and not in this bag. All right, next up is my Toiletries bag. Pretty standard, about what you would expect, but just to do a quick rundown, always gotta have wipes, especially something that became an issue for me on the PCT, which was really never an issue for me before, was UTIs, urinary tract infections. I realized later that I became more prone to them due to sort of like dietary imbalances and deficiencies, whereas that's why I never really got them before. I was like eating better on the CDT than on the PCT. But genital hygiene is imperative for everyone. Petroleum jelly, I mostly use this on Truman's paws to make sure they don't crack, but sometimes we need it too. Tampons, can't forget those. Ibuprofen, hikers love vitamin I. I don't know why my spoon is in here, but there's that. And then nail clippers, batteries, floss, and I actually use iodine. I use the potable agua for my water filtration. If I'm doing a trail like the CDT where the water, some of the water sources, they have like big particles in them, then of course I would bring like a Sawyer or a Be Free or something like that to filter out, or you can just like pre-filter through a bandana. And then I just like using iodine because I'm lazy, honestly. Sawyer squeezing, my arms are very weak, so I just choose to avoid it altogether. Food bag, if you've never seen one of these before, this is an Ursack. It is a bear-proof food bag. Now, I got this instead of a bear canister on the CDT when I was hiking through Glacier, which, as you likely know, grizzly bears are a problem. In grizzly country, if you're using an Ursack, you need a metal liner. Ursack sells metal liners to for even more bear protection. But this is my food bag. Yikes, I'm bringing home a lot of food, and oh, it is all oatmeal. unsurprising. Why is oatmeal always the last thing you eat? Probably because it's oatmeal. This is my sleeping bag. It is a Mountain Hardwear Phantom 0 degree down bag. I love this bag so much. I have never slept more comfortable in my entire life. The reason I got it, I used to use an Enlightened Equipment 10 degree down quilt on the CDT, that's what I used, and it worked very well. I know some people are big quilt enthusiasts. I liked it, but when we got, going southbound, got to Colorado, and we were hitting snow and, sub-0 degree temperatures some nights, that quilt did not cut it, and I had enough horrible nights of sleep that I vowed to myself that I would never through a hike again unless I got a very warm bag. So that's what this one is. It's a little bigger and bulkier. As you can see, it's kind of heavier, but oh, so worth it. So worth it. I love it. I did not have a bad night's sleep at all on the PCT thanks to this bag, including, I will add, in the Sierras, which if you recall were just like the worst conditions ever. I mean, freezing, blizzard, rain, precipitation while we were walking through them. So this literally saved my life. The last thing that I didn't show you are the shoes I wear. Oh, they're actually right here. I wear the Ultra Lone Peak all-weather high top. I am a distance runner. I've been a distance runner my entire life, and I am terrified of rolling my ankle on trail because that ruined many a cross-country and track season for me in college and in high school. So I wear those. I really recommend them. Especially if you are hiking in more cold or wet weather. The all-weather Ultras actually do a really great job of keeping your feet dry, even if you have to, go through stream crossings or snow or something like that. So that's what I got. That's my gear. I hope that this was informative. I would love to answer any other questions. One thing I'll say is that the gear that I use now for backpacking is literally, I don't think I have a single piece of gear that I used on my first ever backpacking trip in 2018. So I have grown a lot, I've changed a lot, even between, hikes last year and this year. I've changed out a lot of pieces of gear just sort of as I'm more fine-tuning my own, setup and routines. And I think it's different for everyone. I think it's a beautiful process of figuring out what gear works for you and what doesn't. But of course, I am always more than happy to answer any questions you might have, make any recommendations, So feel free to reach out and like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment, let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, what you want to see, and I will catch you soon.